What's up, everybody? I just went on a huge 16-game win streak with the deck I didn't think I was to do that well with. Samira Jinx, it kind of popped off. I originally saw Riven playing it, and I was like, that's pretty cool. I love Jinx, I like Samira, so let's try it. Made some changes, and out of nowhere, just huge win streak, just like deleting people, turn 6. Like, it is a very good deck. I'm very excited to show you today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the deck, just why I play the cards, whatever, how to play the deck, how to mulligan, and then I'll show you some games at master rank. Very confident in this deck. It's very fun, so I hope you guys like it, and let's get right into it. But before we get started, if you guys are big fans of Jinx, Samira, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below what you think of the deck. So here we go. So basically it's just an aggro deck. It just like swarms the field with all the good aggro discard cards like Vision, Flame Chompers, Jury Rig. I added Reborn Grenadier. So you can easily just go like 4 units on like turn 3, and then you just have way more attackers, they have blockers, you do a ton of damage, and then bam, you play Jinx. And you'd think like, how is Jinx good? Like there's no Draven, like this doesn't seem like it would work, but it really does work. Vision is extremely potent at buffing the wide boards. You have Samira now, can give you a flare, which is very versatile, because you can use it with our quick attack to kill enemy units, you can use it as burn damage later in the game, or you can use it as discard, right? You can just add it to your hand, and then next turn you can play like some Dredger's discard to get a free draw. One thing I really like about this deck is just how much damage it outputs. I know it's an aggro deck, but you have Crimson Pigeon. I guess we'll start with the first card. Crimson Pigeon. So you deal one to the support ally, you get +1/+1. It's basically just a 3/3 in this deck, because you can hit the Flame Chompers, hit the Reborn Grenadier, and then the free discard cards that are already going to die to become just a quick 3/3. 2 Forge cheap, just have more 1-drops, and it gives you some nice refuel for Mystic Shots and Rummages. Jury Rig, discard to get a wider board, which is very potent at chipping in early game damage, and also very potent at you get Vision. These are just 1/1s, but you make them 2/1s, all of a sudden your opponent's taking a ton of damage. I had a 3 Reborn Grenadier. It wasn't the original version, but I just think that the perk of this deck is how much damage you can output in the early and mid game. So I've been loving Reborn Grenadier. I bumped it up to 3 and just packs so much damage. It's just a free 3 damage every time you discard it. So we had 3 Zion Urchin, obviously discard, and then draw a card, so 1-drop. 3 Flame Chompers, very important card. You can hook away their good blockers, so that way you're able to, like if they have like 1 unit, and then you have 2 units, you can go Summon, Urchin, discard Chompers, they play their blocker, it's now 4 units attacking into 2, Flame just hooks away, then it's 3 units attacking into 1, and it's just so much damage. They can't take all of it, and you can also get good trades that way. Like if they have like a 3/3 and your board's all 2/2s, hook away the 3/3. That way that they don't get the good trade, and if they do want to block, they have to just do an even trade, and your board's still pretty wide. 3 Great Physician. I like 3 a lot because I feel this is always the card you want. Like Urchin and Great Physician are basically what you want at all times. They're just cheap. They enable all the discard cards in the deck, and they also give you refuel, so it's very good. 3 Mystic Shot. I have this card as well. I love Mystic Shot. It's perfect for this deck. You might be thinking, well, obviously it's Mystic Shot. It's generically good, but it's very good in this meta because of the cards in the meta. We have Nora, who's very popular. If you don't kill her, she has tons of portals, which gives tons of blockers, and you can't push through them. So you Mystic Shot Nora, she's no problem. They have Banner Commando, kind of a similar thing, right? Well, Banner deck's going around, they play it. If you don't stop it, they get a free 2/1, and they keep any more blockers, and they block everything and can't do damage. So you Mystic Shot that, you can deal with it. You can deal with Samira if they're tapped under, like they played on turn 2, and they try and hook, or you basically just threaten that they can't hook, because then you can kill it, and they can't all out if they don't have enough mana. So very good. And then later in the game, you can draw it off Jinx as Burn Reach, so it kind of does everything you possibly want. 2 Rummage, good refuel, good way to level Jinx. 3 Samira, as we said, very versatile with the flare. You don't level her that much in this deck, but it's definitely doable. A lot of the cards are pretty cheap, but it's mostly just the versatility of the flare that makes her so good for the early game quick attack challenger combo, and as well as Burn Reach later in the game, and discard fodder. So very good card for the deck. Just does a ton of things. 3 Sump Dredger. Just this one's a bit beefier. Hitting a 4th of the stats matter a lot, especially if they have bigger units, or like they have like removal spells. He's hard to kill, so he comes in clutch a lot. He's just big. He's just big, and usually you just play a wide board, and then turn 3, you Sump Dredgers, and you Vision, give everything +1/+0. I guess the next card we can do is Vision. One of the best cards in the whole deck, in my opinion. So you just discard it as a very last action. So what you want to do to start is like play a 1-drop, play another 1-drop, whatever. Great Physician or Urchin, discard Flame Chompers, get the Jury Rigs out there, then Sump Dredgers, discards this, and all of a sudden, bam, 5 units get +1/+0. So very strong at pushing huge damage and just literally just winning on like turn 5 or 6. So next is Jinx, probably the best card in the whole deck. Obviously, it's based around her. So when you empty your hand, she immediately gets a rocket, deals 3 to enemy nexus and 1 to all enemies. Huge for burn reach. It just gets rid of their blockers as well. If they have a lot of 1 health blockers, which they kind of have to play to not die. So when they play a bunch of like small units to chump block, you just blow them all up. And then you draw 2, so she's also refuel. So perfect card for the deck. It is a Jinx deck after all. And then her chance to also burn, so it's burn, refuel, and you just basically empty your hand and win the game. Like you have your hand do so much damage, they finally try and breathe, and Jinx is there, and then you just win the game. They can't deal with it. And 3 Augmented Experimenter, the other best card in the deck, probably. Discard a hand, draw 3, so it just refuel. Again, you just want to spam your board, spam your hand, push tons of damage, and then right when you're like, okay, thank God he's out of cards, you play this, and you refuel. Also activates all your discard cards, and it levels Jinx right away, so very good. The only thing I want to mention is that I'm not running a Boom Baboon. I was running Boom Baboon when I went on the win streak with the deck, but I ended up cutting it for more Riven Grenadiers and other stuff. I don't know if it's optimal. Feel free to add Boom Baboon, but I will mention it when summon, get a Flame Chompers, more discard. But usually you're good without it. So enough talking. Let's get into some games. And I guess before we get into the games real quick, I will mention the main mulligan is you want a mulligan for a 1-drop is good. And then you want to have Grave Physician or Urchin, plus a discard card like Jury Rig, Reborn Grenadier, Flame Chompers, Vision's good too. And then I've been keeping Jinx lately because I think that a lot of the games where I'm like have a nutty hand with the opening stuff like I just mentioned, and then they're able to live or like stabilize, they also have a good hand. If I don't have Jinx to finish them off, they can stay alive, and I could potentially not win. But if you have Jinx, you seal the deal and you win the game. So it's better off for me to showing you. So let's dive into the first game. All right, playing against Bandle Bilge, the pretty much most people agree, the best deck in the entire game. So let's see what we can do here. Pretty strong hand, not gonna lie. We can just go this on 1, on 2 we go Urchin, discard, Reborn Grenadier. I don't mind saving Flame Chompers for later, just more cards to discard, and we're drawing, so we can draw like a Sump Dredger for turn 3, Grave Physician for turn 3. So let's see what we can do. Oh, Vision. Okay, this hand's getting a little spicy. So let's see what we can do. See what we can do against the best deck in the game with the out of nowhere Samira Jinx deck that I think is really strong. All right, a bit too many of these. We could discard this because it'll stick on the field for Vision, but I think I'd rather just push a ton of damage here. Oh my God. What do I even do here? Well, if we Vision, they can't block anything without trading. So I think this is too much damage to not do. The downside is that we're low on fuel, and they can still Pie Toss one of these, right? So let's hope they don't have a Pie Toss. No Pie Toss. So turn 2, 11 damage through blockers, by the way. So all we have to do is draw. We've got Grave Physician, Urchin, Rummage, Sump Dredger. Like we have so many draws to get us out of this. And here we emphasize why we play Missing Shot. There are cards in the meta, like Bandle Commando. This is like one of the most popular decks in the game, if not the most popular. That gets out of these spots very easily. Otherwise, they attack, they get another blocker. Now they like might be like awkward. Their hand could have the King's Court. It could have Bandle Gunners, which are a bit expensive. Oh wow, so we drew Jinx. I'm just going to open attack here. I think that they showed that in a Pie Toss earlier. So they top deck Pie Toss. Wow, it's a timely moment to draw Pie Toss, huh? Without that, it was curtains, but it's okay. We're in a great spot here. I don't mind making them waste the Pie Toss entirely. So we have Jinx. If we can just get, Jinx is good excited. Really anything. We can even just stay wide. We're good to go. Oh, so they have Prize Fight plus the Pastry. All right, so here's the combo that this deck makes so good. You use Prize Fight to put something at 1 health, and then you can use the Pastry or the Pie Toss to finish it off. The reason it's so good is it swarms so much that you have to block things or you're going to die. And if you block, they can just, like, you were forced to block with key units like Jinx or you'll die, right? And then if you do, then they can just Prize Fight and clear your thing. They also have impacts when they strike and use the Prize Fight. Then you take impact damage. But we drew a great way to refuel here. So we might as well play this. I mean, it is free if you discard it, but we're going over our mana anyway. Don't mind Samira. She's not too relevant here. I kind of want to keep this. Like, it does buff their phase, but I love when Flame Chompers can hook things and live, right? So this is 2 health, that is 1 attack. It's a very good hook. So I'd be shocked if they live this. They might have Tenor of Terror, which would get 2 blockers in 1 action. But yeah, it's looking it's not gonna happen here. So here, pretty cool. Since it's already gonna die, we can hook there. This will live. Leaving that with a 2/2. They can't block either of these without dying, or without not trading. And then GG's. And it's that easy. You just destroy the best deck in the game. Like, it's nothing. Playing versus Samira or Riven Freyord. Interesting. I have no idea it's in this deck, but if I've learned anything in the last 24 hours is that if you don't know it's a deck, it might be a threat. So I just started playing this out of nowhere, and it's doing really good. So we'll see what happens. So I probably should have my Mulligan a bit more, so I will now. You always want to have Urchin or Grave Physician almost all times to get the discards going in the early game. Jinx I like having after we have those, so we definitely keep Jinx. If we don't need the extra Jinxes. Her chance was expensive. This deck has no problems emptying the hand. And I just want to make sure I can, like, if I discard this, I can get another discard chain going. Interesting. I could actually play this into this. I could draw a 1-drop, but we do need to have a unit to do a 1/2, and that would be the Grave Physician. So that's one perk of the Grave Physician over Urchin. They're both insane. But one of the reasons I run 3 just to max out the odds of doing this, and it's nice to have the 1 damage here without dying. So there's to attack with that. Attack with both of these. They probably will, unless they run like Iron Elixir. Oh, do they run Brittle Steel? Okay. Yeah, so they want to keep their Samira here, so take 5. Now, having Samira is pretty good because you can challenge our board, make it weaker. Oh wow, they have Beauchamps, nice. At the same time, they're taking 5, and we're playing a somewhat burn deck, so pretty good. I really want to play another Samira here, or play my Samira here, but they'll just challenge it, so for now we'll just go with the Crimson Pigeon. Interesting. See, I don't know how I feel about that, but I guess it's not bad. Putting that to 1 though makes it a bit awkward because we're gonna be attacking a lot, so they're gonna be kind of forced to block, and being forced to block without dying is not gonna be the greatest. I am a bit afraid of Brittle Steels though. Even Iron Elixir could be annoying, just to like keep their board and then stabilize from there. I don't even think that I want to use the Flare at all, because they're pretty much forced to block here, right? Or they're gonna die. So we might as well just keep going wide. Now the question is, do I play this? I think so, because next turn we can go this plus Get Excited, and then we also have Augmented. We wouldn't get the Rocket at that time because we'd be out of mana. If you're thinking of a few turns ahead here, but I think it's worth it to just play this with no draw to push. It's basically 2 damage, right? Because anything they block, they're gonna die. I don't mind that at all, because they take some more damage here. So Samira's actually gonna live, which is pretty crazy. And this is the only unit that can make this bigger. We could also debatably just not do this. She has more health, they're gonna block this anyway, but then we still do. I don't think it really matters if she's 2 health or 1 health, unless they have like Ram Stance. Yep. This is the one thing they can block to keep it alive, and that's fine by me. At least their progress resets. So they're at 10 now. They lost their board. We're in a pretty good spot. I am a bit afraid of Samira, but we also have Samira. So we can do this plus Get Excited. We could also just not care about Get Excited and just play more units. Because they're like pretty low on mana, and we're ahead on board still. So we can play this, play Jinx, that leaves us a mana. So next turn we can give her Challenger and also have mana for a Rocket. And then play Augmented. I kind of like that, so let's just do that. I'm going to save my Flare, right? Yeah. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the aforementioned play. I was thinking ahead a bit, but this will help show an emotion what I was thinking about. So this turn we're on right now. We can give her Challenger while also killing this. And then we have 1 mana, so we can afford her Rocket if they don't kill her immediately. They'd have to have like Brutal Skirmish or Furious Wielder here. The only downside is we discard a Jinx, which I don't love because you really want to have Jinx in deck like to draw later, because she's like basically your strongest card. But it fits my mana so perfectly. And if they don't have removal for Jinx, we basically win. You could kill Samira, but the thing is we have Challenger already to kill her on the Jinx, which is good with the quick attack, and also the Rocket deals 1 to all enemies, so it will at least threaten to kill the Samira. If they want to keep her alive, we'll just challenge her. Go ahead and do this. If we force cards out of them, that's pretty good. I wouldn't be surprised, because we don't know what the Freyord is, right? I guess we do know it runs through this Raider and Tuskerator, but maybe Iron Elixir? Okay. Transfusion, not bad. Catch. So we can just hook this. We gave the Challenger to Jinx. Again, very good because the quick attack. I love that. Gives you more options with the Flare. That's what I'm saying with the Flare. It just gives you so many options. So attack with everything here. These trade, chip and damage. It's kind of nice that we get some mana. We take that. And they're at 3. So they died to get excited. They died to the Rocket. In Freyord, they shouldn't have any ways to stop this. We have tons of refuel. I mean, the game's basically over. So just go ahead and do this. And of course, we can also just rummage afterwards if they somehow live. But all right, GG, GG. All right, up against Tristana, Gnar, Teemo. This is the best deck in the game, debatably. Bilge, the rank 1 player. Currently, I'm only rank 3. Is playing this deck, and it's, in my opinion, this is the best deck in the game. If I have something to say about it, though, we'll see, because this deck's really good, too. So, they run Prize Fight. So basically, they swarm with Bandle, and they try and block something. They Prize Fight it, and then make it to 1 health, and it gets good trades. It does all kinds of stuff. They have Pie Tosses, Pings, what have you. So the only thing I'm really going to keep here is Mystic Shot, because I believe you need it. Like, you literally need it for Bandle Commando, or you're not going to win. I like to keep Jinx, but our hand's a bit sus here. For lack of a better word, I shouldn't have said sus, but I'm going to mold Jinx. I want to have like the early game I was talking about, right? Interesting. Not the greatest hand, but can easily be fixed by just 1 discard card. See what we can do. We have time, right? Because they're probably going to play Commando on 2. Mystic Shots, we have a few draws here. And if we can just draw Sump Dredger, Urchin, Great Physician, we have so many draws that get us out of this situation. Interesting. So they don't have the Bandle Commando. Even if they did, we were ready. So we just have to draw that discard card. Didn't get it, which is a bit unfortunate. We usually always get it, but this would be a good showcasing of how to play out of the awkward hands. Because we can, like, we have augmented, right? So we can just be ignorant. We can just full smork, not care about losing cards in our hand, and when it comes down to the next turn 6, we just refuel like this. So as weird as this is, you can just play this manually, and it discards a card to summon it, and just push huge damage. So like all those hands, not like usually we do this without even having to play this manually. So we're normally pushing so much more damage and getting refuel. But as you can see, turn 3 and they're at 10 with a weak hand. It's just so crazy how this is like not even considered good, and we're still this far ahead. All right, so we definitely want to play Sump Dredgers. I think I want to draw a card. We can discard a Mystic Shot here because we have 2. There is an argument to keep them, I guess. But I want to draw on something to do next turn. Alright, so they shouldn't be able to play anything else here, because this was the discounted card. I don't mind Mystic Shotting that, right? Because it gives us a really good open attack here. And we get just value out of them paying for the Official Whack. So probably thinking about Prize Fighting, but Prize Fight really shouldn't matter here. I mean, they should probably Prize Fight this one, right? This one's just going to get his health back. And all we have to do, I mean, next turn we might draw an awkward card because we have to use so much mana we don't have the main cards to do, because these are both turn 6. But if we draw like anything to do, we're good. And even if we don't, we still have augmented to refuel. So I guess let's just hope we draw. Jinx would be best draw. We drew a playable card. It's a 1-drop, but it's playable. So let's try and get an open attack in here. If they take 4, that'd be great. Killing this is pretty good already. Put them down to 6, and we're still at 20. And again, this is not a strong hand. This is literally like a low roll hand. And we have a 5-1, a 4-2. They're at 6, we're at 20. Pretty strong. Pretty strong. Okay, got Mayor, some more refuel. A bit awkward we drew a 1 cost, but I guess it's better than like Jury Rig or something. Even Rummage could have been weird, because it's like, do I want to discard both of these? So it's not the worst draw. It's definitely like an awkward one, but not the worst. Alright, so next turn, We kill one of those. We draw 3. We'll probably draw Jinx, or like we're likely-ish to, because we haven't drawn one yet. Even Samira will be decent because they're getting low. The flare is really going to add up. And on top of that, we have some board control. So if we drew, like, we actually haven't drawn like our Jurigs or Visions or Flame Chompers either. If we drew any of those, we could have played this and discarded them, which would have been huge. Alright, so they don't have protection in this region. They can't level her, so this is just dead. So we'll just kill Tristana before we get out of hand. But yeah, this is all without, like, we didn't get our combos off. Like, this is just not, like, this is what this deck can do with a basic hand. Like, nothing crazy. You don't have to, like, open the nuts to win with this deck. It's just a strong deck. So, okay. That's pretty good with the blockers, though. I guess we don't want to fall behind on board. We'll take that. Not the happiest about it, though, because we're so far ahead in health, but it's okay. Let's see. What are we going to do here? I guess the better question is what we draw. I think we're going to rummage this turn, so we might as well get a flare. The question is, do I discard the flare, or do I discard the Grave Position? Because we're definitely discarding the Reborn Grenadier, right? Probably Barrier. It's fine. We're just going to push right through. This could help us draw Jinx, but I think I need to draw Jinx now. I want the Burn Reach. I'm assuming I'll probably draw Jinx off this. Nice. Let's just say, like, we're digging and we don't have it yet. So we can just put on this. It's gonna die anyway. I don't want to put anything at 1 health because they have Pie Toss in their deck. I usually run 3. So let's just try and diversify the damage. If we can even get, like, any damage through, we're in a great spot. One interesting thing they can do here, though, is they can prize fight this. It's an ephemeral, so its striking will make it die automatically. If they Pie Toss it, we could potentially just flare and then all out and then play Jinx. Oh, they're taking 3. Alright, so we just win. Let's just let this go, because we're going to level Jinx this turn and win, so we are good. Now, the only thing is if we play Jinx and the flare, then we won't have mana for the rocket. And if we save mana for the rocket, then if we have mana for the rocket, we win automatically. It's risky because I play so I could prize fight Pie Toss, but I think if they had prize fight or Pie Toss, they would have already played him at multiple points this game. Their hand probably is just full of Bandle Gunners.
Rules are made to be broken, like buildings or people.
They would have crazy patience if they held those. I think we have to do it in case they, like, just keep, because they might just keep developing units and then attack on open and kill us. I maybe could have passed one more turn or one more action. So we'll do this. It's actually losable if they have the right cards. There's definitely an argument to, like, wait even longer until I can level Jinx, but the way I was seeing it is, like, if I play Jinx, I would have to draw a non-unit to level her at burst speed. So I could kill her anyway. It gives them more turns to draw the prize fight. Okay. Alright, so there's the Bandle Gunners I thought they had. They might have another one. I honestly think they do. They probably will slam another one here. Ooh, huge. But will they open attack? Interesting. This might force a block out of us, even with the level Jinx. But if we draw, like, any burn, like Mystic Shot, another Jinx, we get a flare here. Alright, they're thinking about developing. Maybe I think this is enough damage. We're at 16. That's why I like being such a high health here. Scrap Heap. That's interesting. I do know that the top person using this deck plays 2. So it's definitely not like a random card. It's good. So let's see here.
There are 2 types of people.
2 types. Interesting. So if they have prize fight, we're actually, like, probably dead. If we don't block, or we are dead if we don't block with Jinx. Because they can prize fight on this during combat to do 3 damage, because it strikes again, technically, during the attack. Alright, that was bold. I guess we'll just go ahead and kill this. they're forced to open attack or they die to the rocket. And I don't think we're gonna die on open attack here. So we should just win here. Especially with the extra blocker we just got. So going overwhelm on that. Okay, so we can't activate the access too expensive. So we have to just full block. This one is overwhelm, so put our most amount of health there. Alright, they have to kill us on this attack. Which they could. If they prize fight these, that's 3 more damage. Plus, yeah, I was going to say, if they double prize fight, we actually died. Because it puts us to 1 health for the overwhelm and does 3 more for the impact. So they must have had battle gunners and then drew prize fight right there. But we do win the game here. GG. Nice. Alright, that's my Samira Jinx deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment below what you thought of the video. It really helps the videos get out there. Also, I stream every day on twitch.tv/NickMakesPlays. So make sure if you guys see these plays decks live, play other decks live, have fun, then I'll see you guys there, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's YouTube video.